What's going on, guys? Welcome back. On this episode, we have another iPhone 8 typical screen repair. As you can see, the screen is no good. So let's go ahead and get this phone fixed up. As usual, phone has been preheated on my heat plate. If you don't have a heat plate, you can use a heat gun or a blow dryer. It's up to you. Either or works. So we'll go ahead and start this right now. As usual, we'll go ahead and take off our 2 pentalobe screws on the bottom. Go ahead and get those out of the way. Welcome to my channels, guys. If you guys are watching, feel free to hit the like and subscribe. Follow me for more content. Coming up with new stuff every day. So there we go. We'll take off the 2 pentalobe screws there. We'll go ahead and start. Get my Sesamo. Where's my Sesamo tool? There it is. Get some ISO in there. And just kind of get underneath the frame. And the display. As usual, like that. We'll grab our pick. And slowly go around the screen. And work our way. iPhone 8, guys. That's what we're working on today. So we'll go ahead and put some ISO in there, just loosen up the adhesive. We'll open that up, and that's what we got inside. So with the iPhones, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws. So these are Phillips. So we'll go ahead and take those out. If you guys are new to this channel, guys, and you're just catching this video, feel free to follow me. Hit the like button, guys. Leave a comment and say hi. So right now the phone is pretty hot. So what we're going to do is we're going to unplug the battery. Always make sure you guys unplug the battery first before you replace anything. And then we got 3 Phillips screws up here. So we'll go ahead and take these out. These ones aren't magnetic, so they'll be a little tougher to put back on after, but we'll just go ahead and loosen everything. Take out the shield. Then we'll go ahead and unplug the cables. Any screws in there, all we gotta do is just tap it out and they'll come out. Just double check, make sure they're all out of there. And get the frame out of the way. So once we get that out of the way, what we'll do is go ahead and unscrew this out of the way there. We'll go ahead and start with on the top and take off our bracket for our front selfie camera, earpiece, and microphone. Make sure you guys organize these screws because all these screws are all different sizes, so make sure you put the right ones back when you put it back in. Go ahead and remove that speaker there. Okay. Turn this sideways. I like to get my tweezers, put some ISO on my tweezers and just slowly wiggle these out just because they're held down by double-sided adhesive. So we'll just try to get underneath the flex cable and the adhesive and just slowly wiggle your way out and just loosen everything up. Once you get everything nice and loose, you can kind of just wiggle it out. Get some more ISO in there and just kind of pop it up. And that's your front selfie, proximity, and microphone. Go ahead and get that out of the way. And we'll start on the bottom and we'll go ahead and remove these 4 Y-tip screws that hold the home button down in this bracket. Nice and easy. We'll just go ahead and take the screws off, and then go ahead and take off this top plate there. Get my trusty tweezers and just kind of get between the cable and just pop it open so it's nice and loose. What I like to do after this is get my knife and just kind of go underneath the cable there and just kind of slowly wiggle it out. If you guys need to add some heat, don't be scared to add some heat on there because it's held down by double-sided adhesive. And we'll go ahead and pop it out from the front. And that's your home button there, guys. Okay, so this is the old screen. We're going to go ahead and get rid of this, and then we'll get our new screen. Okay, with the new screen, just go around and make sure these back-end plate screws are tight, because sometimes they come loose. It's just good practice. You want everything nice and tight before you put it back into your customer's phone. Okay, so now we're going to do everything in reverse. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, pop the plastic out, take the home button and fish it through from the front. Oop. Fish it through from the front. Put your plastic there, holds it back in place. And what we'll do is we'll get the cable and lift it over the home button there. And we'll just kind of line that home button back in its notch. And then we'll go ahead and plug the home button back in. Once it's back in, we'll grab the plate, put the plate back, and then we'll go ahead and put our 4 screws back in. Let me know how my videos are doing, guys. I like to try to keep you guys entertained. I like to keep you guys educated. If you need to get educated, it's up to you. So we'll go ahead and put this last wide tip screw back in there. Okay, we'll slide down here and work on the top earpiece. We'll grab our cable, kind of line up the holes with the 2 notches there, and just roll your selfie camera back and just kind of line the proximity sensor into place. Make sure everything's nice and flat, just like that. We'll go ahead and put our earpiece back on. Once we get that nice and lined up, we'll go ahead and wrap the selfie camera over and put our bracket back on there. Okay, now remember, guys, these screws are different sizes, so make sure you put the screws back in the right place. Easy peasy. Leave a comment below, guys. Tell me where you're watching from. Let me know if I'm helpful or not. Go ahead and put these final screws back in. And once we get the screws back in, what we'll do is we'll bring the board back over and we'll connect everything. Turn it on. Make sure everything works. And we'll be good to go. Sometimes with these aftermarket screens, they have these blue plastic protectors. Just go ahead and peel that off. You don't need that on there. Okay. Get that there. So we'll go ahead and get the motherboard here. I'm going to line these cables back up. What I like to do is just kind of bend this cable a little bit, so when I line it up into the motherboard, it's nice and easy, just like that. And then I'll just move it around and seat it into its position. Once it's in its position, we just click her back down. And we'll do the same thing with the 2 cables on the bottom. You got your home button cable. We'll plug that in. You get your LCD cable. Plug that in. We'll go ahead and Plug the battery back in. And let's see what's happening. Go ahead, turn her on. Hopefully we see an Apple logo like that. That means we're doing not too bad, guys. Again, if you guys are new to the channel, feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment, follow me, guys. I'm trying to get these videos out in 4K so it's nice and crisp for you guys to see. I like to do the voice so you guys know exactly what I'm saying, what I'm doing. There you go. We'll go and test this. That looks fine. We want to test the home button. Home button works. So then we'll go ahead, start putting everything back. We'll start with the bottom plate here. Just kind of line it up. Get our Phillips screws and screw it back in. Something on my finger there. Just go work our way down, putting screws back in. Hopefully this is helpful for you guys. If I'm moving a little too fast, feel free to rewind it a bit. And then we'll go ahead and put the top plate back on. Again, like I said, these ones, they're not really magnetic, so it's going to be a little tricky, but we'll kind of make it work. It's got half a stick. So we'll get that lined up, put that in. Get our other one. Put that in. We'll get our last one here. Screw that in. And then we should be good to go. So now what you want to do is you want to take your top, 2 clips, line it up on top and push it till it's flush. Once it's nice and flush and it's tight to the top, what we want to do is press down on the LCD and it'll slowly work its way in. And we'll go from the bottom and kind of make sure everything's nice and tight. Okay? Once it's all good to go, nice and tight, we'll go ahead and put our 2 pentalobe screws back in. I wonder what would happen if I played this video in reverse from end to beginning. It'll be like probably the same thing. Alright guys, so there we go. Brand new screen. Home button works. Okay. And that's the number you call if you're in Edmonton and you need a cell phone repaired. 587-926-6499. If you guys are watching internationally, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, follow me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.